starting forwards for Union. And left wing, number 17, Daniel Champini. At center, number 21, Mike Vecchione. And at the right wing for the Dutchman, number 15, Spencer Fu. Listening and college judge with their head coach, Rick Beck. When he was a broadcaster of RPI men's hockey games on WRPI. The excitement and passion with which Bob called those games never left, even after he graduated, and actually grew deeper as he moved on in life and had a successful career, most notably with Xerox. Typical Bob Lindowitz fashion, he left a legacy here at the Houston Fieldhouse, and not just memory of his time as a student with WRPI. We'd like to invite members of Bob's family to center ice. They'll be joined by the captains for both teams for a ceremonial puck drop. Now that game puck was brought here by the brothers of Phi Gamma Delta at both Union and RPI. They ran the 20.6 miles from Mesa Rink to Houston Fieldhouse to raise money for the United Service Organization. Our thanks to both of them for sharing Bob with us throughout his life and for their continued support of Rensselaer and RPI hockey. Now we ask that you please rise as the RPI Pep Band will play the national anthems of Canada and the United States of America.
once again coming to you live from the Houston Fieldhouse here on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York. Getting set for Black Friday in the ECAC hockey opener featuring the second-ranked Union Dutchman, 5-1 RPI at 1-5. Barry Lascaris here, on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy, joined by Teo Camadilla. As we get set for puck drop, what are some things we should expect from these Engineers here, Teo?
I think a lot of energy. Both these two teams in the building, like you mentioned, last time they played was in the Times Union Center, which ended in a little bit of a fiasco. So a lot of emotions between these two teams. I think they're both going to bring it, and like Coach Appert said, they just need to come at it 1 week at a time, and that's going to break down to one period at a time, one shift at a time. So first shift, we should expect the Engineers to come out hard, throw a body check, and see if they can get a couple punts on goal.
Before we get started, I'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, including WRPI's coverage of RPI hockey, football, and baseball. A reminder, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. You can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as long as WRPI is broadcasting. We'll provide that broadcast on our internet feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. Engineers will skate from right to left wearing these Black Friday uniforms. Of course, they raffle them off at the end of each Black Friday game. Every player to have played in the cherry and white is listed in very fine print on these uniforms. These are very special, great idea from Coach Appert, Dana McGuane, and the folks down low. We are underway from the Fieldhouse. It's RPI and Union, always a big one. As the Engineers win the opening draw, they have the puck in the neutral zone. It's Captain Curtis Leonard firing it off the back wall to come down behind the goal. Tapped at by Taylor. Already 6 assists on the season for Jeff Taylor of Union. And it'll be pushed on by McGowan. They tie up in the near corner. Taylor trying to dig it free. He does. Behind his own net. It's poked away by McGowan for a second. Taylor back on, and he spins back behind the cage. Over to Noah Henry, sophomore from Seattle, Washington. He'll flip it up the near side boards. Leonard has it pinched against the wall. Taken over by Ciampini. He'll move it back into the corner. Good pressure so far by RPI. Finally chopped out of the zone by the Dutchman. Leonard back to get it for RPI. He skates to center, touches it ahead, looking for Bubello, who tried to tap it deep but didn't get it. Got too much of it, in fact, and he played it to the line. It'll be taken back over by Union in their own end. RPI wants to change right off the bat. Here's Ciampini. Gets around Miller. He'll dump it into the RPI zone. Kick to the corner by Kasdorf. Picked up by Bradley. Plays it behind. All the way through for Liljegren. Victor Liljegren from Stockholm, Sweden, working up the boards, looking for Nanny. It's thrown cross ice by Union. They head back the other way. Into the RPI zone. A shot over the top. It comes down to the near side half wall. Chopping at it there was Prapavessis. He can't get it out of the zone. Melanson can't do it either. Now it's finally out to center ice. Brassard takes a hit and dumps it back in. It's odd seeing someone other than Shane Gothisbehere wearing number 14 for Union, but there it was. The freshman J.C. Brassard from Scituate, Mass. The Engineers have it behind their own cage, and they start things off. Half change for Union behind the play. Up the near side wall, Miller, cross ice in the air, glove down in the circle. One-timer coming from Bokenfor, and he missed it wide. It'll come all the way out of the zone. Back to Schrader, shoots it right back in. It'll be stopped up by Colin Stevens. 5-0 record for him, 124 goals against, 961 save percentage. Trying to take claim as the top goaltender in the league. Jason Kasdorf trying to reclaim that title. He needs some help from his teammates if he wants to do that this year. Played behind the goal. It's tied up behind the RPI net. Ryan Scarfo is pinned against the boards by Schrader. Puck still between them. Now Bokenfor runs into his man. That's Mark Bennett, senior out of Oakville, Ontario for Union. Finally comes free to Bennett, looking to center. It's poked free by the Liberté. He kicks it to himself, and he moves out to center. 4-on-2 chance for the Engineers into the zone, and they're offside. It was a good defensive play that time made by Nick DeSimone. He stepped up right when he needed to and broke up the play at the blue line.
Exactly right, Perry. Jacob LaLiberté going up the wall, catches a poke check. A few Engineers offside, like you said, 4 of them with him. 2 of them ran offside there. Good for a shift from the Engineers. 4th line out there applying some pressure, but Union seems to have sustained it pretty well.
Face off center ice, pushed into the Union zone. Back to get it Taylor, behind for Henry. Henry looks up ice, feeds it to his own line for Lichtenwald. That one's bottled up by the Engineers. They get it back in. Fulton gets it deep, looking for Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais runs into the wall. Puck comes free towards the top of the zone, flipped back in and kept in by Leonard just at the last second. Bourbonnais behind for Neal. Neal holds it in the near corner. Back to the near point for Leonard. Thrown on goal, deflected, and that one may have got to Stevens. If it did, he made the save. He kicked it away, and Union clears it all the way back down. First real chance for either team there for RPI was a shot through a screen, and I believe Stevens was the one who made the save. As it's cleared all the way down the ice, race for the puck. Engineers win it, both Fulton and Neal there, but Stevens plays it around them and back out to center. Swatted at by Bradley. Real good energy for RPI early on. Here's Fulton into the zone. Finds Neal near circle. A slapper. That one's blocked by the defender. That was Henry. Picked up by RPI in the corner. McGowan. It's bumped into the boards there by Taylor. Over to help is Henry. Pulled off the wall by Neal. Backhand saucer pass. Far point rebound. Covered up by Stevens. There was an engineer on the doorstep, and Stevens had to make sure there.
Good pressure from the engineers there. Colin Stevens doing a good job to absorb that shot that hit him pretty square in the U on his shirt. Union defenseman trying to skate the puck out a little bit too much here for me, Perry, but engineers applying good pressure and taking advantage.
16-16 on the clock, first period. No score here between RPI and Union. Shots are 3-0 Engineers early. Now a breakout chance for Union. They throw it off the far wall. Bradley's going to get there first. He throws it off the near glass by Liljegren out to center. Broussard goes D to D, finding Stevens, or making Ginra rather. Sebastian Ginra, Jr. of Pierrefonds, Quebec, up the near side boards. There's an engineer that goes down. Fu knocked him over. It'll be dug free by Ciampini. Played around by Fu behind to the far side half wall. Pinching up the wall is Ginra. He takes a hit from Liljegren. Now Babella runs into Ciampini, trying to work it free and does. McGowan trying to make a little touch pass back to Babella, turned it over. Now Fu in the corner, turning with it there. Throwing to center it, it's intercepted, and McGowan moving out to center. Off the wall and deep. Liljegren trying to use his size advantage over Broussard. He picks the puck up in the corner. Cycles nicely for McGowan. McGowan walking in front, looking for the wraparound on the backhand. Didn't get anything on it. It's chipped out towards the blue line and now out to center. Liljegren kicked at it. Trying to get it by Roman Amarato. Engineers right back into the zone. Stick handling. A shot by Miller and a kick save by Stevens. A shot by Melanson there. Another save. Rebound comes free and now it's moved out to center. Engineers fans applaud as RPI with a couple of early cracks here at Colin Stevens. Tie up in the near corner RPI zone now. Karate has his man pinned against the boards. Trying to work it out that time. And they do. Far side Bokenfor. Out to center ice. Ahead for Miller. Miller has Melanson with him. Miller stick handling deep. Has Nanny now in front. Nanny goes down. The puck comes free to the far side circle. And two engineers are on it. Miller's the one who eventually claims it. Knocked off his stick. And Amarato will be able to move it out to center ice. Avoids the hit from Karate and just gets it deep. We'll have an icing call up against Union here. 14-17 to go in the first period. We have no score.
Yeah, just a little laziness on the far wall there. 3 feet from being across the red for a legal dump in, but the Dutchman won't be able to change, and hopefully the Engineers will keep the pressure on here.
Too many Dutchmen here. Trying to get out for this face-off. They'll make the change. So I believe whoever's in is going to get tossed from the circle. That right now is Ryan Scarfo. And they'll let him take the face-off. Sits on the dot for a second. Spun around by DeSimone and moved out to center by the Dutchman. DeVito puts a hard hit into Matt Wilkins. And the Engineers shoot it right back in. Vassaturo beaten to the puck that time by DeVito. Schrader takes a hit. Trying to hand it off to DeVito. There in the far corner. Now La Liberté. Firing it near side for Leonard. Has some room. Takes a shot. That one goes wide. Pinching up the far boards as Prapavezis didn't get the puck. It goes out to center. And now Leonard plays it up the far wall, waiting for his teammates to find their spots here on the forecheck. Behind the goal, Charlie Vassaturo, senior captain from Sewell, New Jersey, will hold the puck still. Couple players circling there. Scarfo. Vassaturo left it for Scarfo. He didn't take it. That was a bit of a miscommunication there. Now Union finally out to center. They shoot it off the boards. This will go deep. Will it be icing? No, they wave it off. Good speed shown by Mark Bennett to beat Leonard down the ice. On that hybrid icing or non-icing call, as it were. Lichtenwald back to the point. Lost it, did Taylor, and it moves out to center. He'll have to play it cross ice for Henry. Henry gets away from Fulton, who just dumps it right back in. chased down by Prapavesis. Tie up far corner RPI zone. Bourbonnet's over there, Lichtenwald as well. And it's the Engineers who come away with it. Moved out to center. Fulton ahead. Bourbonnet chips it deep. It comes rolling into the near corner now behind the Union goal. Taylor run into by Fulton and now carried back the other way. Pontarelli off a skate at center ice. Swatted at but missed by Shire. Does get into the RPI zone. Here's Wilson. Holds it. He'll fire it far side for Bradley. His defensive partner ahead for Fulton. Poked away by Taylor. Union regathers in their own zone. 12:32 to go first period in a spirited first 7.5 minutes. Into the zone now, Taylor on the carry. A shot was blocked by Bradley. He'll feed it calmly ahead for Bourbonnais. Chance for a 2-on-1 if they hurry. He has Neal on his right. Bourbonnais walking in, pulls it back, takes a shot, he scores! Riley Bourbonnais has the Engineers on top, 1-0.
It's a great play by the Engineers. Just bring the puck back up the ice. Like you said, Bourbonnais very patient. No hurry, 3-on-1. Jeff Taylor of the Union Dutchman, had skated the puck out all the way from his defensive zone into the tops of the far circles to take a shot. Gets caught. Engineers break it out just about as fast as a glacier. Go down 3-on-1. Easy short side goal for Riley Bourbonnais there.
First collegiate goal for the sophomore Riley Bourbonnais out of Rochester, New York, playing in his 16th game for the Engineers, and RPI on top here, and they deservedly have the lead. 12:17 to go in the first period. Is an even strength goal. And Stevens may have been cheating to the middle of the ice. He knew Neal was on the right side. As they announce the goal, it's a big crowd here at the Fieldhouse, as it always is for Black Friday. Throw in the fact it's Union again. The last time these two teams met, actually 2 times ago. Last time the Engineers won on Black Friday was an overtime winner against these Dutchmen, 2010. Tapped into the zone. RPI zone that is up in the netting will have a stoppage. The Engineers are 7-2-2 on Black Friday games. Ever since they started the tradition of Black Friday, 2 of the games have been on non-Friday days. One's been on a Tuesday, one's been on a Saturday, but you get the gist.
Yeah, Perry, like we said earlier, a lot of energy in this building, lots of people. Houston Fieldhouse is pretty full here on campus in Troy.
Seats about 4,800. There's a hit at center ice. The fans applaud that by Melanson. The puck is deep in RPI territory, however. Bokenfour playing it around to the far side point. Kept in by Broussard. That one's blocked up and kicked out to center by Nanny, the team's top point getter so far. Lou Nanny, the freshman from Medina, 2 goals and an assist. As his Union carries it back in, they'll shoot it on goal, just flips up into the glove of Kasdorf, no problem there. And he holds onto it. Kasdorf playing with a lead. I don't think that's happened so far this year.
Yeah, well, the Engineers haven't played spectacular defense, and like I said before, they haven't been putting the puck in the net, so hopefully this will be a chance for them to relax, sit back and play some defense, although Union Dutchman can certainly bring it on offense.
When I said they haven't played a lead, it hasn't happened since the first game against Notre Dame. In fact, they won 3-2, so of course they were playing with a lead at that point. But anyway, back to action here. 1-0 Union leads things. A shot from the point from Vasaturo was blocked again. Snapped the stick, in fact, of the RPI skater. That was Liljegren. He goes back to the bench to get a new one. Union back out to center. DeSimone into the RPI zone. Stopped up there. Now shot deep. Kasdorf leaves it to the side of the net. It'll be played behind by Prapavesis to Leonard. Leonard back towards Prapavesis as they're pressuring. Sam Cota was the one on the forecheck that stole away. Now Bennett behind the goal in the corner. Takes a hit there from Prapavesis. Or make it Babella, rather. And now he'll move it out towards the line. Kept in by Union. Good stick by McGowan to break up the slap shot try by Vasaturo. And it'll be taken over by Liljegren. Liljegren down the middle of the ice. He'll scoop it in the air on goal into the glove of Stevens. And he'll hold on to it there. Shots are 4-0 RPI early on. They lead 1-0 on Bourbonnais' first collegiate goal.
Yeah, I think that'll register as a shot on goal pair. A little chip in. Colin Stevens easily collects it, but Dutchmen need a little break here. They applied a little bit of pressure, but the Engineers coming right back at them as they have been for the first 10 minutes of this period.
To the right off the draw, there's a shot. It's held onto by Stevens again. So good quick try there for RPI.
Yep, Schrader coming across. La Liberté just pokes the puck back. Schrader comes across from the near side wall, fires a shot on Stevens, who collects.
Face off again to the near side of the Union zone. This time it's won by Union. Played behind, pitching up the boards, Bradley. La Liberté has it skip off his stick, picked up Schrader near corner. He goes down, lost an edge. Taylor digging for it behind Schrader. And now it's DeVito can't control. Moved out to center by Union. Matt Wilkins up the far side boards and deep. Wilson back there, taking over, looking for the wraparound save. Rebound push to the side of the cage, and the Engineers get it out of danger. Good quick feet there by Kasdorf to get around on the wraparound try. And now it's shot off the far boards by Stevens. Took a hop up off the dasher for a second. And now they tie up in the Union zone. They take over through the Dutchman. Taylor, D-to-D, couple passes back and forth there with Noah Henry. And now Henry settles behind his own net to start the breakout. Union changing its forward line. Union on the breakout here. Henry far side for Taylor. Threw it behind his intended target right to Karate, who starts it back the other way. Karate up the wall for Bourbonnais, knocked off his stick. Now Neal kicking it ahead. Bourbonnais flips it deep on the backhand. It'll roll behind the Union goal. Leaving it there was Henry for Taylor. Nearly gave it away, now does. Neal has it pried off his stick to the point. Faking a shot there was Bokenfour, but elected to play it into the corner. Smart play by him. Had a man right in front of him. And now a chance for Union to break out. Ciampini ahead. Here comes Spencer Fu into the zone. His shot was blocked and picked up by Bokenfour. Moving it near side for Fulton. He'll fire it in. Engineers changing behind Neal, who goes in on the forecheck all by himself. Brassard behind for Ginra. Ginra ahead. Lichtenwald up the ice, chips it off the glass and into the RPI zone. First one to it is Prapavesis. Plays it near side corner for Leonard. Ahead for Miller. Overskated the puck a bit. Did get it out of the zone. Lichtenwald chips it right back in. A shot from a tight angle there. Far circle goes wide off Shire's stick. And it'll be moved up the near side boards, but not out. Prapavesis off behind, off of Schreier, but gets it as far as Leonard, who gets it ahead to Melanson. Melanson looking for Nanny. Touch pass into the zone, didn't work. Chip back the other way by Union. Now it's poked at by Prapavesis, slowing up the Union break. Turn right back around by Miller. Miller carries in, takes a slapper off a stick, and the face-off will remain in the RPI offensive zone. 8:10 to go, first period. 1-0 Engineer. Shots now 6-1 in favor of the home side.
Mark Miller, a little ill-advised slap shot there. I think he was a little tired at the end of his shift, as the Engineers will get a fresh line out there. Should have maybe driven deep, but Engineers will get an offensive zone face-off, and they'll send La Liberté's line.
Back to the point off the stick of DeVito. That one's blocked. Right back to DeVito. He took a hack at it. Now a centering pass. Rebound in the crease. It's not cleared. Picked up Wilson, who put it wide with Stevens sitting on his rump. And Bradley will play it behind now for DeVito. DeVito tied up and taken down. Fans want to call. Not going to get it. Puck was there between him and Scarfo. Now Vassaturo plays it behind. Nearly intercepted by La Liberté, but it's taken over by the Dutchman. They move it out to center. DeSimone. Ahead for Bennett. He's tied up right at the blue line, and the puck just sits there. It's right on the line. There are three Dutchmen there, and finally Coda backhands it in. Bradley behind for McGowan. He'll start things out near side, out to center, off the stick of Wilson and to the Union line where they turn it over. Vassaturo up ahead for Novak, stopping it up at the RPI line. They send it right back the other way. Backhanded into the far corner by Schrader. McGowan trying to get there. He's dumped on his way to the corner, but gets there and stays on the puck. Walking in front, McGowan, a jam try, saved by Stevens, free to the near side point, where Karate was pinching up the wall. Now it's going to be Liljegren. Liljegren looks to cycle, finds McGowan, who takes a look around before playing the puck. It's helped on by Babella. Engineers need a healthy Milos Babella this year. He looks to be so now. His stick handles in the corner. Finally taken off his stick by Wilson, or Wilkins rather. Now from a tight angle, Liljegren saved by Stevens on the stick side. He looking for that short side, but Stevens had it covered. Now the Engineers turn it over, and Vassaturo will start things out from behind his own goal. 8-1. RPI leading in shots with 6.5 to go in the first period. Up the far side wall, Bokenfour. Over to Babella. Babella gets it into the zone, where it's taken over by Fu. Fu gets spun into the boards by Fulton looking to center. Babella couldn't get his stick on it. Right back to Bourbonnais, far side half wall. Now back to the point, and Bokenfour couldn't keep it in the zone. He plays it near side for Karate. Karate chipping it in deep. It'll be chased down by Taylor. Taylor takes a hit from Bourbonnais. Fulton trying to peel it off the boards. Right back to Bourbonnais. Now back to Fulton in the corner. Now to the point, Leonard. Far point, Prapavesis holds it. Spins around. Plays it into the corner for Bourbonnais. Far side now. Good cycle here for Neal. Now Prapavesis. Some room to shoot. He takes a wrister. Took a deflection in front. There was Fulton there. He was tied up with Henry. Now Neal behind the goal, stick handling away from a pair of Dutchmen. Backhands it through his own legs to the far side for Prapavesis. Prapavesis spinning around in the corner. He's in deep. Now he's pinned against the boards by Vecchione. Behind the Union goal, backhanding it off the net was Neal, and now taken over by Fu. He'll move it out to center. No numbers for Union, so Fu will dump it in and chase after it himself. Lou Nanny, first one there for RPI, plays it far side of his own ice. Prapavesis stick handling. Up the far side boards, intercepted, and shot right back in by the defenseman Broussard. Now the Engineers have it behind their own goal. Matt Neal coming up on 5 minutes to go. Engineers lob it towards the blue line. It's kept in. Pontarelli's shot went way wide from the near point. Now another shot went off the base of the net. It'll be played behind the cage by Union. It's Kevin Shire. Shire turns it over. Neal shoots it off the boards and can't get it out of the zone. Now a second effort, gets it out, and Union will claim it in the neutral zone. Jinra holding it back in his own zone. Goes D to D, cross sides for J.C. Broussard. Broussard holding far side of his own zone as the Engineers pressure just a bit. Is Jinra stick handling down the middle of the ice. Into the neutral zone comes Jinra. Can't get around Melanson, although it is played into the RPI zone with some help from Scarfo. Now Miller stopping up near side of his own zone for Melanson. Up the boards, Wilson will chase after it. Taken over by Vassaturo in his own zone. He'll skate back behind his own goal with 4:15 to go in the first period. 1-0 RPI leading. A near giveaway at the side of the cage. Jinra gets back on it, loses an edge and goes down. Picked up by Melanson in the circle, feeding across. What a feed for Wilson. He scores! Wilson scores. It's 2-0.
Jared Wilson, the freshman, coming down the near side wall. Nice pass out of the corner. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but
I think it was Melanson.
Melanson passes it across. Wilson's there to collect from no angle whatsoever, just trying to get the puck back to the middle of the ice. Colin Stevens, I think, was just unlucky enough to have his stick out, ramped right up over his left shoulder and dribbled into the far side of the net.
Yeah. That's why you teach goaltenders to have that stick square to the ice, because if you don't, it could ramp up just like it did. There was no angle for Wilson to shoot that puck. Somehow it found its way in.
That's right. There's no way that was a shot, Perry, but a lot of modern goaltenders trying to use that stick and stop the supply across the net front. So Colin Stevens gets caught there.
First collegiate goal, first collegiate point for Jared Wilson, the freshman from Calgary, Alberta. As we have two firsts here, both Bourbonnais and Wilson have the Engineers on top. 2-0 here. Melanson gets that primary assist. He made that pass across. A great vision by Melanson to find him. There wasn't a lot of room for Wilson to shoot. As we're back to live action, a shot by Novak is blocked in the slot and now tapped out to center, picked up and carried on by DeVito. Has a man break in the net. It's Schrader. He put it behind the cage. May have hit off the Union defender. Now Schrader absorbs a hit that time from Wilkins, and Wilkins is the one who goes down. Spinning is Schrader to get free. He'll dump it deep, and now DeVito picks it up. Jimmy DeVito in the corner, holds it there. Wilkins takes over and just moves out to center. There's a loose glove on the ice. Karate back to get it in his own zone. No icing here. It's played up the near side boards. To center, Liljegren on the feed from McGowan into the zone. Still Liljegren. Little toe drag and couldn't pull it with them. Union takes back over in their own end. Taylor, far side, connects there to Henry. Up the far side wall now into the RPI zone. Fu's tied up. Fu kicks it back to the point. Holding it there, Shire. He'll carry it into the corner. No, he'll play it back to the point in turn for Taylor. Shot deflects up into the netting. We'll have a stoppage in play. 2:47 to go first period. The Engineers are out to a pretty startling 2-0 lead here.
Yeah, 9 shots on net for the Engineers, only 1 for Union. Union is one of the top producing offenses in the nation so far this season, so very unlike them to only have 1 shot on goal, but a lot of energy. Saw at least 3-4 good attempts at a body check, that shift.
There's a shot off the draw by Coda. Save made by Kasdorf. Couldn't control the rebound, but he gets some help there. It's moved away and now cleared out the center by RPI. Coda, near side half boards right in front of the penalty box. He gets it to the RPI zone where it's turned around by the Engineers. Babella tried to stick handle, lost it to Scarfo, who shoots it right back into the RPI end. Prapavesis, backhand pass for Liljegren near side, chips it out to center for Babella. Babella into the zone, slowly, drop pass. McGowan sweeps it wide of goal. Wasn't expecting the pass, really. Wasn't very far away from Babella when he got it, but he did get it deep. Bennett turns it back the other way. Taylor chipping it into the near corner of the RPI zone. Leonard trying to track it down. He's tied up by Bennett, but gets it across to Prapavesis. Prapavesis stick handling, lost the puck, but gets a little bit of a favorable bounce. Finds Liljegren stick handling at center, tried to move through traffic, couldn't keep it. Now Prapavesis does and just dumps it deep. Engineers on the end of a shift, they'll get a change. As we have now a minute 48 to go in the first period. 2-0 Engineers leading here at the Houston Fieldhouse on Black Friday. Through the middle of the ice, Fulton lost it. Ginra carries into the zone. He's tripped up and goes down. And there will be a penalty called. First penalty of the game coming up on the Engineers. Fans don't like it. It's going to be a hook, and it was probably unnecessary. There were 4 Engineers back, and just Ginra stick handling the defenseman. Either way, he's taken down. Power play coming up.
Sebastian Gingra, the junior from Pierrefonds, Quebec, did a good job keeping his feet going there. Skated through a couple of Engineers, and looks like Travis Fulton just reached a stick out. Took one of his gloves off, actually, and like you say, they had numbers back, so probably not necessary, but they'll go down a man.
1:35 on the clock. Engineers hoping this penalty carries over. RPI's power play so far this year, not good. Or excuse me, penalty kill. 71.4%, 20 for 28 on the kill.
25 seconds. 18 offensively, 14 on a hook at 18-25.
As the Dutchmen get it in deep. Union's power play 5 for 29, 17.2% on the season. Out to center goes the puck. Trying to play it, Vecchione couldn't control. Engineers have it as Bradley shoots it into the Union bench. Fans applaud it. Looks like it was looking for one of the assistants over there. As the faceoff will, unfortunately for the Engineers, come in their own zone.
Just a little lapse in focus there, Perry. He turns and fires one right into where he should know there's no glass in his home arena, but fans seem to like it. I have no comment on that, but draw will come back into the Union end.
Brassard off the draw at the point. At the boards now for Shire. Near giveaway at the blue line. Schrader thought he had broken it up. He did, but puck never left the zone. He tried to skate off without it. Brassard, far side point, throws it towards goal, takes a couple deflections. Lichtenwald picks it up behind the goal. Indirect pass to the boards, now back up top, Shire, feeding it to the slot. Good stick by Schrader along the ice to break up the pass. It would have gone back towards the far point. Now interception by Schrader, chipping it ahead. Had a man, it was McGowan, but it skipped wide of him. And all the way on goal, McGowan looks to dig it out, but it's covered by Stevens. McGowan was inches away from going on a shorthanded breakaway there.
Yeah, McGowan very slow back to the bench. He's huffing and puffing. That was a long shift for him. Good kill for the first minute of that Union power play, so Engineers get to regroup, have an offensive zone face-off, and see if they can kill the last 29 seconds of this period.
28.9 on the clock. Engineers leading 2-0. Union on the power play for the first time. First penalty on either team. As the Dutchman on the advantage here. And now a giveaway. Chance for the Engineers shorthanded. Neal in front, makes a move and puts it wide. Good play by Stevens to stay with Neal all the way there. It was a mini breakaway, a one-on-one chance for Matt Neal, and that time Stevens won the battle. With 1 second, carried wide by Vecchione, and the horn goes before he can get the shot away.
Great play by Colin Stevens at the end there. Mark Miller makes a nice pass in the 2-on-1 to Matt Neal, who's going to the back door. Cuts it right across the crease. Stevens doesn't commit too soon. Stays with him and makes a save on the far side post.
Couldn't ask for much more out of the Engineers except for maybe a 3-0 lead, and Matt Neal almost gave it to him. Shots 11-2 after one. RPI losing the face-off battle 10-5. They won't be too concerned with that as they are with the score. Now 40 minutes, of course, to go in this game, but this crowd has been raucous, and the Engineers have delivered so far.
That's exactly right, Perry. Like you said, 11-2 shots on net.
Hi, I'm here with Jared Wilson from the RPI Engineers. Jared, can you walk me through your goal?
I saw Drew coming out of the corner there with his head up and just kind of cut back door, and he made a great play to find me and just put it on net and it found its way in.
Excellent. How do you plan to hold on to this lead?
We just got to keep doing what we're doing. We're playing great now, and just got to keep it up here for the last 40.
All right. What's the big message in the locker room, you think?
Just keep buzzing. I think we had great pace and tempo this period, and we got to keep that up.
All right, great. Thank you so much for your time. You're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV.
Two more tries. Oh, and they've done practicing it. She hooked it. Last chance. Watch it go try. Thank you, Dana. Now the next shot is for a $20 gift certificate to Palmer's Burrito Bar. Puck just has to pass through any of the holes on the shooting board. Alright, one last shot. This is at an open net for a $20 gift certificate to Ryan's Wake Public House in downtown Troy. Just a mile east of Richmond Fieldhouse at 770 Troy, or visit online at getahonda.net. Drexler Honda, simply made. And next at the West End, you see the Seth Q money machine. We're going to put a contestant in there, give it 30 seconds. We need Jordan Van Willis to the Seth Q money machine. Tonight's contestant, Jordan, we need you down there. For the Seth Q money machine money grab, Jordan will have 30 seconds to grab as much cash as possible. Whatever Jordan grabs, Jordan gets to keep. And Seth Q will match that amount and donate it to a local charity. RPI Men's Hockey, right on the bank, following sponsors GE, Lowe's, Septic, CDPHP, The Rock, Boucher at Club Men's Roof, Jenny Montgomery Scott, Price Chopper, Axel Fence, Yankee Trails, Red Front Pizza, Tri-City Rentals, Dunkin' Donuts, Army, Troy Cabinet Makers, Ben & Jerry's, Warren W. Crane, William J. Butler & Sons, Construction Company, and Tri-City Valley. That's all proud sponsors of RPI Hockey. for $20. Deposit the ticket into the bucket of the player of your choice at the raffle table near section 2 of 21. The raffle ends at the end of the second intermission, and winners will be announced at the start of the third period. Winners will have the photo taken with their new jersey and the player who wears that at center ice immediately following the game. And remember, look closely at those jerseys, very special jerseys. Those aren't pinstripes on the jerseys. Those lines are made up of the names of each player ever wear an RPI hockey jersey. The RPI Hockey would like to thank the Stadium Cafe, Rensselaer Summer Programs, Rensselaer Alumni Association, Nightbrook Company, Bombers Burrito Bar, Patterson Sampson, Ginsburg and Griffin Law Firm, Sodexo, Subway, the Hilton Garden Inn, the Recovery Sports Club, East Stewart Jones Law Firm, Hockey Giant, Hampton Inn and Suites, the RPI Bookstore, Rensselaer Honda, Chipotle, Domino's Pizza, the United Group, Fryhoppers, Carter Construction, Saratoga Eagle Sales and Services, and National Grid, all proud sponsors of RPI Hockey.
Possibly a little more energy with hopefully a strategy to escape the trap. And I don't think we'll see much of a change in strategy from the Engineers. Like we said, really about as well as you can expect. One period of play to go, let alone against one of your biggest rivals and the second-ranked hockey team in the nation.
Before we start the second period, I'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, including WRPI's coverage of RPI hockey, football, and baseball. A reminder, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. You can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so long as WRPI is broadcasting. We will provide that broadcast on our internet feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. Engineers will skate from left to right here. They'll be down a man for another 25 seconds on the Fulton hooking penalty. Thoughts here before we start the period, Teo?
25 seconds left, like you said. Taylor, DeSimone, Vecchione, Ciampini, and Spencer Fu out for the Dutchmen, their top unit, to try to apply some pressure.
Engineers win the draw to start the second period. We are underway. And a good win there. Gets the puck deep for RPI. A little forecheck pressure. Does not allow Union to clear the puck out of their own zone even yet. They'll move it out of their own end with 5 seconds to go on the power play and shoot it in. DeSimone wraps around to the near corner, and Leonard has it skipped by him. Chopped high in the air out to center. Fulton's out of the box. Bouncing puck picked up. McGowan, chance to walk in. McGowan, a shot! And that one's turned away by Stevens. Another partial breakaway for an Engineer. That time it was McGowan. And it's finally moved out to center. Kicked at by Neal. Fulton up the wall and in, deep. RPI will change its forward line as the Dutchmen will start things out from behind their own goal. Back to even strength are the Engineers. Just the one power play so far for either side. It'll be started back up by the Dutchmen from their own zone. Ryan Scarfo turns it over center ice. Trying to stick handle was Melanson. Still Melanson. Lost it trying to go around Bennett. It'll be taken over by Henry for Union. Up the far side boards out to center ice. Coda long outlet pass. This will be icing on Union. No, they wave it off. Bokenfour fanned on the puck behind the goal. Coda digs it away. Penalty upcoming. It's going to be a high stick on Bokenfour. Shot goes wide. To the bench goes Stevens. Taylor takes a shot. No, and move it down low for Bennett. Bennett to the far point. Ginra stick handling. Poked free by Melanson, and that'll draw the whistle. Bokenfour got his stick up in the face of Coda. Coda threw his head back and drew the penalty.
Yeah, unfortunate little sequence there for Craig Bokenfour, the junior out of Spruce Grove, Alberta. Gets beat to the puck. Icing was waved off. He might have taken it easy a little bit. Gets beat to the puck. Gets beat by another man and a little lazy, sloppy with his stick. Gets a penalty.
So Bokenfour goes off. Second power play chance for the Dutchmen. They're 0 for 1. And this with some fresh ice to work with in a full 2 minutes on the man advantage. Engineers leading it 2-0 here. They cannot start going to the box against this Union team. Broussard over to Novak at the point. A near giveaway, but it hops right back to Novak. Pontarelli back to the point for Broussard. Far side, stick handling, losing the puck was Shire. And now it'll wrap around to the near side boards. Played back to the high slot. Broussard throwing it towards the goal. A deflection in front by Lichtenwald, and Leonard trying to push him out of the way. It's hard to move Lichtenwald as the puck is covered up by Kasdorf.
Yeah, Lichtenwald, a big body, 6'6", out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Parks himself right at the top of Jason Kasdorf's crease. Broussard puts a good shot in on net, and Lichtenwald just a little too close for a clear deflection.
Puck back to the corner, trying to clear, and it's kept him on the glove of Broussard. Up the near side boards, Pontarelli thought about a wrister, throws it cross ice, shot coming, glove saved by Kasdorf, and he holds on, he robs Shire there.
Dutchman setting up a little 1-3-1 system that was put in place by RPI's very own Adam Oates to a lot of success in the Washington Capitals in recent years. Pass goes through the slot. Player allows it through his legs so the far guy can take a shot, saved by Kasdorf.
Union wins the draw in the offensive zone. Too strong out to center. Taylor back to get it for Union. He'll slam it back in. It'll rattle around to the far side. Neal kicks it neatly to Leonard, throws it off the glass, and by his man out to center. DeSimone had a chance to keep it in, but couldn't do so. It trickled by him. And now a cross-ice pass looking for Taylor's broken up by Neal. Every play the Engineers make here is being applauded. I feel like I'm at a soccer game. Skating ahead, Taylor. Up the far side boards. And in to RPI territory. Karate shooting it off the far glass. It comes down at the point. Saucer near side. Taylor can't control. Moved out to center by Neal. Neal picks it up with speed. Has a man in the middle. Walking in a shot. Save. Rebound. Deflects wide of goal. It went off a Dutchman and wide. That was DeSimone back checking, and it nearly went off his shoulder and in. Now back comes Union the other way. Nearly an offside there, but they play on. McGowan run into the boards by Fu in the near corner. Engineers with a shorthanded chance that time. Doesn't come to fruition. Now we have 26 seconds left on the Bokenfort penalty and a whistle. The puck didn't leave the ice surface. Oh, it's under a body. There was a Union player down there. I couldn't see. No, it's McGowan down along the ice. Kind of hard to tell with RPI having the white shoulders with Union out there wearing the white uniforms, but we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, Mark McGowan, from our view, was behind the boards even, so we couldn't see him. Lays on top of the puck, draws the whistle. Offensive zone draw for the Dutchman here as the linesman tries to push Pontarelli and Curtis Leonard off of the faceoff dot.
Stevens with 3 partial or full breakaway chances denying Engineers here. This game could be more than 2-0, but as it stands, just the 2. RPI is going to want and probably need to score another here. Pontarelli, wrist shot, blocked. Rebound can't be cleared. Novak a shot right on. Save made by Kasdorf. It's picked up by Lichtenwald. Back to the point, Brassard. He'll feed it down low, letting it run Pontarelli to the far side. Probably a bad idea as it run all the way to Bradley. He can't get it out, however. Leonard trying to clear. Now he does to center. Skips by Brassard into the Union zone. Out of the box comes Bokenfort. And the Engineers are back to even here. 16:20 left second period. Engineers scored 2 first period goals, both the first of the collegiate careers of Riley Bourbonnais and the defenseman Jared Wilson. Tipped into the RPI zone, backhanded along by Schrader, had to stop to wait for it. He'll carry in, takes the slapper, save made by Stevens. It handcuffed him, got him up around the shoulder, but he was able to make the glove save, didn't hold on to it as it comes out to center. Karate will chip it right back into the Union end. Ginra back to get it, chopped at by one of the Engineers, that was Liljegren, and now it's picked up behind the goal. Looking to backhand it in front was Babella. That one's blocked up. Played back to the point. Wilson looking for more. He feeds it wide of the goal. Picked up far point. Karate carries in. Looking to center. Has a man in front. It was Liljegren. Couldn't get a stick on the puck. He was tied up, and now it's carried back out to center. Wristed on goal. Sticked into the netting by Kasdorf. Well, the faceoff coming in the RPI zone with 15:30 left in the second. Shots are now 14-5 RPI.
Good offensive possession from the Engineers. Couple of chances there. Wilson firing another puck dangerously across the net front, but Liljegren can't get his stick loose.
Face-off win by the Dutchman. DeSimone trying to play it in. It's intercepted by Neal. Plays it back for Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais carries on into the Union zone far side, and the whistle goes for offside. A close play at the line, but the Engineers are whistled down.
Yeah, Riley Bourbonnais taking a sort of an angled route into the zone, draws Matt Neal offside, unfortunately. That's you hear that at coaches of all levels, preaching just skate the puck in the zone. Bourbonnais couldn't do it.
Spinning around in his own end off the draw is Leonard. Played it across for Prapavesis behind his own goal. Another indirect behind for Leonard. Now in front of the net for Prapavesis. They're working their way slowly up the ice. Bourbonnais taps it deep to avoid the icing. Fulton in the corner trying to dig it loose, spinning away from a check. Engineers work it back towards the point. Now Bourbonnais walking in, takes a shot, he scores! Bourbonnais left alone and he makes it 3-0, his second of the game.
Riley Bourbonnais stepping off the near side wall right across the faceoff dot. As an Engineer, I'm not sure who it was, skates right across the crease front. Colin Stevens appealing to the official for an interference. I didn't see it too well, but Bourbonnais steps off the wall. He's got Union Dutchman chasing each other around in circles, finds some space in the slot. Stevens couldn't see the shot, and it flies right under the blocker. The 6-hole, it's commonly known as. Great place for a left-handed shot like Bourbonnais to come across and let one go.
We have, I believe, a timeout being taken here. And I have to assume it's by Union. Nope. The play is under review. Possibly for a goalie or a skater in the crease here.
Yeah, Per, like I said, it's either going to be in the crease or Stevens, who was pretty far out. I don't think they're going to show us a replay on the big board anymore, but Stevens was pretty far out of his crease to square up to Bourbonnais right as an Engineer came across, and I think he's pretty adamant that he got clipped there. Puck went in the net, and he immediately turned and appealed to the official, which a lot of times doesn't work out too well for anybody, but they're going to review the play here, so obviously one of the 4 officials on the ice must have seen something.
Engineers women had a goal disallowed on Sunday for the exact same thing. Brandy Banks had scored for RPI. The Engineers did tie that game against UConn, but we have had plays go to review and they have been overturned. Tough to see this one because there's so many bodies between us and the goaltender Stevens from where we are, and they'll call it a goal.
Yeah, it's going to stand. I guess they looked at the replay. Stevens pretty far out of his crease, still in the privileged area, so anybody that really interfered with him would have gotten a penalty, but that's just good hard-nosed net front traffic from the Engineers. So Bourbonnais can come across, find some space, and put the puck in the back of the net.
After just 2 assists in his first 15 collegiate games, Riley Bourbonnais has 2 goals in this one. And the Engineers have a 3-0 lead. This one's shot deep by Union. It will be icing as the puck was played from well inside of Union territory. Face-off coming to the right of Stevens. Shot goes wide off the face-off by Miller. Around to the near side half boards. Union moves it out to center ice. Bradley swatting at it with the glove. Plays it on. Shot back in by Amarato. Takes a funny hop off the backboards. Engineers need to be careful of that. We've seen many goaltender look foolish after going after pucks behind their own net, when the puck just takes a hop off the boards. But anyway, the Engineers get it back out to Union territory. Here comes Taylor, stick handling through center. Still Taylor walking in, looking to center. Pad saved by Kasdorf. Turned into a shot from Taylor. Engineers trying to break the other way. Good play that time by Amarato. He turned away a potential 3-on-1 chance for RPI. Right back to Bradley, fed to center by Melanson. And now thrown cross ice, little room to work. Shot coming wide of goal. Kasdorf reached for it with a glove, but Pontarelli's shot missed the net. Now Schrader by himself back the other way, going through a couple of Union players right into the backboards. Great hustle being shown by the senior Schrader. Gets some help now from La Liberté, and it's cleared off the glass by Union out to center. Leonard back to his own end to get it, shoots it off the boards. Lichtenwald intercepts, back into the zone, but the Dutchmen are offside, and the whistle will go here. 13:24 left, second period. The Engineers now out to a 3-0 lead over the second-ranked Dutchmen.
A little more inspired play from the Dutchmen. Engineers, I think, just backing off a little bit. Like I said, they're applying almost no pressure when Union's behind their own net, but then relentless as soon as they come out across their own face-off dots.
Neutralized straw, RPI wins it back. Prapavesis over to Leonard. Now chipped deep by Liljegren. Stopped behind by Stevens. Poked at, and the Dutchman moving out far side. Jinrob Perfu spins back towards his own zone, and he'll throw it behind the goal again for Brassard. J.C. Brassard. Far side to center, too far for Ciampini. Spins around, gets dumped by Leonard. Now Bubella. Trying to navigate his own zone, give it away. Wraparound try, saved by Kasdorf. Had that pad down, didn't know where the puck was, but he turns away the center Vecchione. Now Ciampini behind the goal. Throws it off the back of the net, free to the far side for Vecchione. Now Ciampini again. This top line needs to do something for Union if they're to come back in this game. Bubella now stick handling side of his own cage. Engineers just holding onto the puck a little bit too long in their own end right now. Prapavesis behind for Leonard. Far side corner, has some time to look up ice. He'll scoop it high in the air. Bouncing puck will come down on the near side. McGowan has a man in the middle as Liljegren. Won't be able to find him as Brassard had him tied up just a bit. Now Liljegren back in front for McGowan. He tried to glove it down to himself, but it was swatted away at the last second as he drifted towards the front of the cage. Now picked up in the near corner of the Union zone. It's Schrader. Holds it there. Hands it off for Bokenfour. Make it McGowan who wrists one, and it stays in the playing surface here as it came down off the glass. Shot in by La Liberté, goes behind the goal. Far side corner now, Union back on it. Novak behind for Jinra. Tied up by La Liberté, he'll flip it down the ice, stopped up by Bokenfour. Bokenfour, D to D, over to Karate. He takes a hit, spins away from it, but Novak takes over. Novak far side corner, picked off the puck there. That was Schrader who took it away from him. And now Bokenfour out to center for DeVito. Taps it in the air. It'll come down in Union territory. Vassaturo has it. Off the far side glass. Spinning around and shooting it off the boards again with Scafaro, but he couldn't get it out. Now walking in front. That was Schrader. Picks it back up again. Takes a shot that goes wide along the ice. Bennett behind his own goal. He'll start things out down the middle. Bennett dumps it in behind the RPI goal. Scarfo. Centering pass. Cota goes wide on the try from the slot. Comes free to the near point. DeSimone gets it deep. Back to get it Wilson. He has a goal today for RPI. That's Jared Wilson. And now Bradley near side for Bourbonnais. Needed some help to get the puck to him as it was slowed up by a Union stick, and the Dutchman dump it right back in. Near side corner. Union pressuring here. 10:40 left, second period. It's 3-0 Engineers. Thrown back towards the point. DeSimone. He looks to cycle it down low. Bennett lost it on the stick handle. Picked up Bourbonnais, and RPI will be able to clear. Bourbonnais on the move. Stick handling around one man. Bourbonnais looking for the hat trick. It's poked away. Can't believe I'm saying that tonight. Here's Fulton behind the goal. Spinning and turning. He takes a shot. Saved by Stevens. Loose at the side of the crease, and we get a whistle, and it's covered.
Yeah, Stevens collects a pretty harmless effort from Fulton, really. He comes out from behind the net, tries to spin around and maybe tuck one under the bar near side, but it wasn't going to happen. Little offensive stint there from the Engineers, but a few good shifts from the Dutchmen that they're stringing together now, working the puck down in behind and making Kasdorf go down into his butterfly a little more than he had to in the first period.
I'd like to remind you, you're listening to live coverage of RPI Hockey, 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. And for the second time tonight, Engineers get a shot right off a face-off. First period it was Schrader. That time I believe it was Melanson who took that one. One back towards the point, and they can't keep it in. Leonard had to go a little bit too far to his right to pick up the puck. Moved out to center. Now Prapavesis back to Leonard, far side. Chapping it into the crowd that time was Melanson. And we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone here.
A little more exciting this period, Perry. I think the Dutchman came out with a little more pep, I would say. Applying a little more pressure, but the Engineers, energized by this crowd, energized by that first period, are really piling it on.
3-0 is the lead now. One goal here in this period for RPI. Prapavesis dumps it in. From center, rolls around to the far corner. Henry thought it was going to roll past him. It didn't. Nearly turning away with it was Melanson. Now it's chopped out to center. Chance for Union to break here. Shire into the RPI zone. Good back check by, looked like Nanny there. Gets in front of the net, helping out for his teammate Leonard. Now Melanson the other way. Stops up top of the near circle. Fed in the middle for Miller. Poked away. Good play by Shire. Back checking the other way. Now a shot by Melanson, or Miller rather. Goes wide. It'll roll all the way out to center. Race for the puck is going to be won by Union. Vecchione walking in. Backhand shot. He put it wide. Maybe a piece for Kasdorf as he made a move across the face of goal. First real great chance there for Union. They could keep the puck here. Shot was blocked by Melanson. Far side of the RPI zone. Kept in by Fu. Behind the goal. Picked up by Prapavesis. He'll spin around in his zone. Zone pressure from Ciampini. The senior Ciampini prized it away from him. Back to the point. Slapper. Stick saved by Kasdorf on the try by Ginra. Now it's tied up behind the RPI goal. Taken back away by Ciampini. Has a man wide open on the back door. It's Brassard. He couldn't settle a bouncing puck. And the Engineers are lucky he could not do so. It was cleared out by McGowan. There's a missed assignment there. RPI does not pay for it as they're able to clear it out of the zone. Now Ginra. Ahead for Arenado. Arenado into the zone. Drops it back. Wrist shot save. Rebound kicked away. And Schrader's going to not be able to get on this one. It's out to center for Brassard. Brassard backhands it right back into the RPI zone. A wave of pressure here coming from the Dutchman. McGowan at the half wall. Out to center for Schrader. He'll carry on 3-on-3 to the Union zone. Below the goal line it goes. Vassaturo run into by Schrader. McGowan comes to help out, prying the puck free, but now it's taken back over by Novak. Amarato to the red line, chipping it off the boards, hit the skate of the linesman. And now that one gets by Liljegren and into RPI territories. Kasdorf will stop it there. Chris Bradley for RPI. Junior defenseman from Williamsville, New York. A goal on the season already for him, his fourth of his career. As it's dumped in by the Engineers, it'll wrap around to the far side boards and out to center once again. Vassaturo ahead. Looking for Scarfo, who gets absolutely dumped by Karate. Gets a few fans on their feet. Now Vasaturo, wrist shot was maybe headed wide, but Kasdorf gloves it, had a man in his face, and Karate makes sure that doesn't last long as Bennett takes a couple shoves from the 6'5 defenseman Karate.
Good save by Kasdorf. I think Bennett might have even deflected that with the shaft of his stick, but Kasdorf tight to that post. Karate coming in to clear out the crease right after he put a big hit on a Union Dutchman coming into the zone, as you said. Looks like the one of the linesmen might have caught the worst of it. Union trainers coming onto the ice to take a look at him, but I think we're starting to see the classic Union that we were expecting to see here in this second period. Unfortunately, it took them half the game. 7 minutes left in the second period. It took them half of the game to sort of get wound up, but we saw a great burst of speed from Vecchione, who either just had the puck roll on him as he moved to his backhand, or Kasdorf might have gotten the stick over, but Vecchione, great burst of speed coming down the right wing, moves to his backhand side, had the whole cage open. Then a lot of other chances for the Dutchmen in their zone as the linesman here having some trouble getting walked off the ice by one of his partners.
You can see Karate apologizing all the way. Can't tell who the linesman is without seeing his number, but the linesmen today are Dan Taggart and Bill Braden. That's Bill Braden, I'm being told.
Taggart's on the ice, so I would say
you're right. Yeah, good call, Teo. Bill Braden is the one going off. He took the brunt of a hit from Luke Karate. That's never good. Referees, linesmen aren't wearing pads. That doesn't make it any easier.
Looks like they're getting ready to start back up. One linesman, two referees with orange stripes, obviously. The three-man system is common.
Right.
It used to exist in college hockey before they went back to the four-man. A lot of hockey leagues still use the system so that they can have an official calling.
So they're going to talk about this right now. They're discussing how they're going to run this.
I think they will. Like I said, the three-man is common, so it should be old hat for these guys.
Off the draw, Ciampini has it, backhanding it wide of goal. Now throwing it right back out in front, chopping at it and putting it wide was Vecchione. Lots of pressure here for Union. And now finally RPI, a chance to clear, they don't do it. Neal couldn't get it out of the zone. Fu in the corner. Now Fu behind the goal. Still on it, Fu back to the point for Henry. He'll take a shot, deflected, kick save by Kasdorf. He left that right leg along the ice and needed it to be there. As he didn't see the deflection, that was just good positional goaltending from the RPI junior. Now RPI does get it deep, picked up by Ciampini. Union heads back the other way. Now Fu into the zone, stick handling near circle. Prapavesis broke his stick. There's someone's stick, and now back comes the Engineers the other way. Prapavesis dumps it in. It may be a stick that was already broken along the ice. Anyway, back to claim it behind his own goal is Jeff Taylor for Union. Takes a little bit of pressure, gets it ahead for Lichtenwald. Lichtenwald in the RPI zone, took a shot, it was blocked by Leonard. No, another shot hits off the back of La Liberté. And DeVito, spinning around near side of his own zone, gave it away. Shire, shot coming, and that one trickled wide of the net. The Engineers have it now, it's Neal for Prapavesis. That one between two Engineers. This will be icing on RPI. That was right between La Liberté and DeVito. And neither of them got to it. It'll be nice and call. 5:56 to go in the second. It's 3-0 RPI.
Looks like Seth Appert is going to call a timeout here. End of a line change. Engineers ice the puck, which in college hockey, among other hockey leagues, means that you cannot get a line change. So the Engineers will take a chance to take a timeout and get some fresh players on the ice.
So yeah, this is a standard move for most college hockey coaches these days. Is the after a lot of pressure and then an icing, you got your guys out there, as you mentioned, Teo. A lot of surprises here. Aside from the fact that it's the Engineers on top 3-0, Riley Bourbonnais finally gets in the goal-scoring column, and Coach Appert talked about since the beginning of the year, this sophomore class really put a lot of work in during the off season and in the weight room and otherwise. And a guy who didn't see a whole lot of playing time, Bourbonnais, only played in 9 games last year. playing in his 7th here this season, really showing what that kind of development did. He looked a little bit tentative last year when he did get into the lineup, and when you know you're going to be in the lineup every day, that also helps, whether it be baseball or any sport really, hockey. If you know you're going to be in the lineup on a daily basis, then you can focus on the things that can get you to get better at.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of goals from him, both good shots, a lot of patience. So, yeah, I definitely agree. Good show from the sophomore so far.
Back to live action here as the face-off off the timeout and the icing. The Engineers have it in their own zone, trying to move it out to center. They get it as far as the neutral zone. It's kicked around a bit. Brassard has it. He goes back for Ginra. Sebastian Ginra right back into the RPI zone. This unit still unable to get off the ice for RPI. Novak has the puck between his skates. Poking at it was Miller, trying to dig it free. Comes loose to the corner. Amarato has it now. He spins away from Miller. Working it down low, intercepted Prapavesis, but he gave it right back away to Amarato. Now Amarato diving for it. Prapavesis has it, tried to work it out, couldn't do so. Bouncing puck kicked at by Nanny. Loose in the near circle. Leonard chips it off the glass and out to center. Melanson trying to get there, and it's chased down by Brassard. And he nearly gives away in his own zone. Poked at and now finally controlled by Union. Into the RPI and Wilkin. He takes a hit and goes down. Babella picks up the loose puck. 4:45 on the clock, second period. Through center, tipped in deep by Melanson. They wave off the icing. Working it down low is McGowan. Backhand pass through his own legs to the middle of the ice and nobody home. That'll send Union back the other way. Pontarelli gets it deep. Bradley takes a hit. Milos Babella picks it out of the corner. Outlet pass for Liljegren. He'll dump it in. Race for the puck. First one to it. Liljegren throws a hit to DeSimone, who got there, but then took the brunt of that punishment. Now it's backhanded out to center. Karate trying to glove it down. Carried on by Scarfo. Shot. Blockered in the air and into the near corner by Kasdorf. Now a loose puck picked up in the slot by Bokenfour. He'll head back the other way. Below the goal line it goes. Fulton looking to center, hit off a skate. Free to the near side half boards. Carried further by Michael Pontarelli, former Cornwall Colt, just like RPI's Jacob Liberté. Now a centering pass, Bokenfour, wrist shot, that one went high. And behind the goal, Bourbonnais picks it up again. Carrying, top of the circle. Wrist shot, Bourbonnais, why not? Blocker saved by Stevens. Side of the net now, Fulton looking to feed it in front. Hit off his face mask in the end as it came up off the stick of Vasaturo. Now a penalty upcoming as an RPI player was dumped in the corner. That was Neal. Now Bourbonnais getting into it with his man. Vecchione and Bourbonnais tie up, and that hit happened right along the near side board, so we couldn't see it real well. Neal was quickly to his feet, I want to point out, but we do have a penalty coming up here on Union.
Yeah, pair. Mark Bennett's going to go for Union. He came in a little hot. Neal was turned, had his back turned, went into the wall pretty hard and made one of those thundering sounds that you never like to hear if you're anywhere in the building, whether it be on the ice or up in the broadcast booth. Rattled all the way up to here, but like you said, Neal was on the ice, up quickly, back to the bench, so that's good news for the Engineers. And Mark Bennett will go for 2 for a rough.
Being told the three referee system is called a 2-and-1. It's different because the lead ref calls his own offsides. Okay.
That's exactly right, Perry. One of the obviously usually right. There's 2 linesmen, so one of the referees has to do the other linesman's job.
Right. Power play time for the Engineers. As they set things up, it's Neal back up top. Prapavesis. First power play game for the Engineers. Union's 0 for 2 so far. One-timer, they score! Victor Liljegren makes it 4-0.
The freshman from Sweden parking himself in front of the net. He usually spends most of the time on the power play. A few seconds of it. He spent most of it with his back to Colin Stevens. Puck went down to the corner as I believe it was Lou Nanny walked the puck behind the net. Liljegren recognizes, steps off of the crease. He's about 10 feet out, opens up. Nobody between him and the net. Stevens left pretty defenseless, and Liljegren just a quick release. The defenseman coming over his back shoulder puts it right through the 5-hole of an unfortunate Colin Stevens, who makes his way to the Union bench here with 2:57 left in the second period.
Second goal of the season for the freshman Victor Liljegren, a power play goal, just the third power play goal for RPI this year. They're now 3 for 27. And we have a new goaltender. And now we have a bit of an issue here with the new goaltender. The name Soukalaparis. I should be able to pronounce that. It's a Greek name.
Sakelaropoulos,
Sakelaropoulos, yeah, that's it. Alex Sakelaropoulos, he's a sophomore. I should be able to say it.
From a broadcasting standpoint, I certainly preferred Stevens, but...
yeah, we both preferred Stevens. I think the whole world prefers Stevens, but the Greek in me prefers Sakelaropoulos. Anyway, Sakelaropoulos is in. Where's number 1 for the Dutchman, making just his 11th appearance. He has the only loss of the season for Union. 3.53 goals against this year, 909 save percentage. Stevens chased here with about 3 minutes to go in the second period. Anyway, Union back into RPI territory, chased down by Prapavesis. He'll shoot it around far side for Melanson. Now Miller, stick handles to center. A little saucer pass near side for Leonard. Behind him, he elects to spin around and just chip it deep. Behind the Union goal, rather, the Dutchmen have it. Wilkins to center. Laying down the stick along the ice was Melanson to break up the initial pass, but Taylor picks it up and takes a shot right on. Saved by Kasdorf, and he holds on. 2:06 on the clock, second period. RPI with 2 goals in each frame so far. They lead 4-0.
Jeff Taylor for the Union Dutchman trying to control the play a little bit. It seems like he's their leading point getter as a defenseman. 6 assists on the year. A recent draft pick for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Shot redirected in front by Fu on the try by Brassard. He'll shoot it right back in. Ciampini is being hog-tied by Wilson behind the goal. Still Ciampini looking to move it in front. Intercepted and carried back out by RPI. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Far side Schrader, good stick by Brassard to break things up. Engineers backtrack to their own zone. Bradley carries across center and dumps in on goal. It'll be gloved and held by Sakelaropoulos.
Just a minute and a half left here. This is going to really be crunch time for the Dutchmen if they can get a goal in here. That'll certainly make it easier on them in the third period, but can't take any more penalties. Obviously, the Engineers not very successful this season, like we spoke about earlier, but made quick work of their first power play today, so Union Dutchmen really have to avoid that if they want to still have a chance in this game. And just as I mentioned that.
Going to the box here is Daniel Ciampini. Second power play for RPI comes with 1:37 on the clock in the second. Didn't see what it was for. We'll get that to you in a moment. RPI 1 for 1 on the man advantage. The band didn't even realize it. There comes the recognition by the RPI pep band that there is in fact a penalty on Union here.
Gonna have to guess he said something untoward behind the play. Decided to see anything go on during the course of play.
So Union wins the defensive zone draw. As there's 5 Dutchmen on the ice. Oh, that's why it's not on the board. You're right. That's probably why he's not a power play.
Yeah, so that certainly leads me to believe that he said something that he'll regret later.
That just about guarantees it, really.
Resulting in just a 10-minute misconduct, so no shorthanded anything for the Dutchman here. But Ciampini will definitely regret that mistake.
A shot coming from the point by Vassaturo, never got there. It was blocked out to center by Liljegren. Now Vassaturo back on it, neutral zone. Shire carried in by Lichtenwald, and they'll be offside. That one a little bit bottled up at the blue line.
Just a little miscue from the Dutchman. Shire mishandles it. Lichtenwald, good job skating through, trying to pick it up, but guy on the far wall stepped in too soon.
1:15 to go, second period. It's 4-0 Engineers. Babella back for Prapavesis, and now Leonard. Up the far side glass for Liljegren, who shoots it deep for getting run into the sidewall. He's okay. Babella trying to dig it loose. Spinning around in the near circle, nearly gave it away. Babella turns and shoots. He had a man on his hip and couldn't get a real good shot away. It went wide. Far side Union zone. Engineers just relentlessly going after the puck, and Babella will dump it deep. 45 seconds to go in the period. We are 5 aside after the 10-minute misconduct. As Teo mentioned, no power play comes of that, so RPI still just 1 for 1 on the man advantage. Now dodging around a skater was Novak, and he got his shot away, was blocked. Loose at the near side of the net now. Shot saved by Kasdorf. Still loose in the crease. The puck is loose now outside the crease, right between the hash marks. There's a bunch of bodies there. Puck still loose and finally dug loose and moved away by Prapavesis, although the whistle did go. Kasdorf looking for the puck. He's never going to find it. It's out in the near circle.
Kasdorf still looking for the puck. He's not sure where it is. He's looking in his pads. The puck is sitting out in the slot. A little bit of a circus act going on down there. Something of a magic trick as Prapavesis pulled it out of the
To be fair,
crease.
it was right next to his pad where he left it. And then you're right, Prapavesis moved it out of there. And
yeah, and I think the whistle went pair because the referee
Yeah.
standing right on the back of the net as they usually do in that situation. No idea where the puck was. Net was not off its moorings.
shot to the far side of the RPI zone. 16 seconds to go in the period. Is lobbed out to center behind Schrader. Jinra has it. Back to his own zone. He lost it on the stick handle. Goes all the way back behind his own goal to get it. Schrader trying to battle for it with 5 seconds to go. Centering pass in front. Shot coming and a save by Sakharopoulos. I'm going to get it by the third period, I promise.
Sakharopoulos making a good save there on Mark Miller. Mark Miller out at the top of the circles. Pressure on him. He good awareness. He knows there's just a few seconds left in the period. Gets a shot off, but Sakharopoulos soaks that up pretty easily from about 40 feet out.
Face off, and the horn will end the second period. 2 more for the Engineers. Bourbonnais gets one, as does Liljegren. It's the youngsters on the board, and a 4-0 lead. Shots 19-17 RPI after 2. Engineers capitalize on their only power play chance. Union 0 for 2 on the man advantage. In fact, their only power play shot. It happened so early in that power play. But 4-0 RPI lead as we get ready to break for the third period.
Yeah, Perry, like you said, shots 19-17, which means that the Union Dutchmen accumulated a bunch of shots in that period, 15 if my arithmetic is correct.
You purchased the puck for the Ryan's Way Trucker Puck Contest. Let's move down to the boards and get ready for the Ryan's Way Trucker Puck Competition.
I'm here with Riley Bourbonnais of the RPI Engineers, who has scored 2 goals tonight. Riley, can you walk me through your second goal?
We had good work down low, and when I came up around like the circle, we had guys driving that, and that gave me the opportunity to take it around the circle and shoot. Without the guys driving the net, that wouldn't have ever happened.
Excellent. Obviously, right now, RPI is up 3-0. With a lead like that, what's the strategy heading into the third period?
Just keep going, just keep getting pucks low, no turnovers, and just keep hitting their D, and then they'll turn it over. But we just can't let up. We just got to keep going.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV.
And we want to welcome everyone to RPI Hockey. We thank you for attending tonight's contest. The men's hockey team will take on Harvard University November 7th for Greek night. We hope to see you all at the rink when the puck drops at 7 o'clock. November 7th, RPI versus Harvard. And don't forget, last chance, go purchase your tickets for the Black Friday jersey. $5 each or 5 for $20. Deposit your ticket in the bucket of the player of your choice at the raffle table. The raffle ends at the end of this intermission. Winners will be announced at the start of the third period. Winners have their photo taken with the new jersey and the player who wears that at center ice immediately following the game.
Jason, it's been a while. I think you should save.
That's a great idea.
What a fantastic save by Jason Kasdorf. The RPI goaltender is on top of his game tonight. I can't wait to see what he comes up with next.
Upon further inspection of our viewership data, we found that there really are a lot of similarities between humans and guinea pigs. Maybe they're not quite that different. They both eat, they both sleep, and they both watch Engineers Hockey live on RPI TV.
November 7th through Sunday the 9th at the Empire State Plaza. The first 250 RPI fans who purchase tickets to the Expo will receive a special limited edition $2 Dunkin' card featuring the RPI logo. This exclusive offer for RPI fans is available online by entering promo code RPI or by mentioning RPI at the Albany Ski and Snowboard Expo box office. Visit AlbanyWinterExpo.com and save 20% on admission and to secure your Dunkin' Donuts RPI card. Another sports non-league game action tonight. Final score was Connecticut 2, Merrimack 2. Non-league game in Canton, New York, after 2 periods, Washington St. Lawrence won. After 2 periods, Bentley 2, Penn State won.
First set batter. Now coming for Jones, commanding the state table of 145 to calls. Two not effective third bats. The home run coverage for third out. The Albany Ski and Snowboard Expo returns to the Empire State Plaza November 7th through 9th. On Friday, the first 400 guests receive a final gift for your ticket to the Vermont.
Hi, Perry Lascaris and Teo Camadilla here on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy. Face-offs through 2 periods are 21-17 Union. Mike Vecchione has won 7 draws to 4 losses to lead Union in that department. Mark Miller, the only engineer in the black on face-offs, he's won 7 and lost 5.
Thanks, Perry. Shots that period. Looks like they were 15-5, 15-8, excuse me, in favor of 15-8 in favor of the Union Dutchman. Colin Stevens making 5 saves, and Alex Sakelaropoulos coming in for Stevens and making 1 save, allowing no goals in the last few minutes of the period. I think it's a good move by Mark Bennett A lot of times the goalie switch will just shake up the bench enough to get some energy going. The Dutchmen are already applying some pressure, but the goalie change really sends a message to the team without having to take a timeout or wait for a period break, I guess, to say, gentlemen, it's time to go. So we should see a lot of energy from the Dutchmen this period. I expect that they'll come out and create some offensive chances. But on the opposite side, I think the Engineers will, despite all the noise and energy in this building, they'll want to have about the most quiet period of college hockey that they can imagine and sort of tiptoe out of this building tonight, as it were, and show up ready to have a good performance tomorrow night.
Thanks, Teo. We're ready to go here. RPI's last victory in this building against Union came on November 13th, 2010, a 4-3 overtime win. Nick Balin had the OT 5-on-3 power play winner. In that game was also a Black Friday game. So Engineers trying to recreate that here, and they'll be happy if it's not quite that dramatic, as Teo mentioned. As simple or quiet a period as RPI can hope for. Jason Kasdorf was forced to make 15 stops in that second period. That's something that Coach Appert and Coach Vines would not want to see here in the third here.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Perry. They're going to want to just...
Don't leave out Coach Graham. He's just not here, I don't think. I don't think he's on the bench. Hopefully he's listening / watching somewhere. But
they just want to collapse. They're just going to want to collapse defensively, keep all the Dutchmen to the perimeter, and make sure that Jason Kasdorf doesn't have any particularly hard work to do in this period.
We will be 5 skaters aside to start the third, and the puck will drop, and we're underway. Jinra off the draw. Union has it. Goes D to Taylor into the RPI zone. Vecchione gets it deep, picked up by Leonard. Leonard in the corner, has it pinned against the boards. Vecchione comes to dig it free. Leonard away with it. Prapavesis, stick handling, far side of his own zone, off the glass, out to center, ahead for Melanson. Chopped off the stick of Miller, headed back the other way. Here comes Fu. Good speed from Fu. Thought about a drop pass, spins around, tries to throw it in front, hit off the skate of Prapavesis, and now it's slapped into the corner. Scooped high in the air. Also come down the center ice logo, bounding towards the Union blue line. They'll shoot it near side. Leonard has it tapped around his stick. It's up in the bench, not a play. We'll have a stoppage just 41 seconds into the third.
Spencer Fu, the freshman from Edmonton, just poking that one into the Engineer bench there. A lot of heart from him. He's a good skater. He's quick. He's intelligent. Made a good chip in there. Chased after it himself, showing a lot of heart for a freshman on this Dutchman team.
Face-off coming here, center ice. One back by Union again. Broussard back for Vasaturo. Vasaturo up the boards. All the way down the ice it goes. We'll have an icing call. And a stoppage.
Just a little bit lazy from Vasaturo, the senior captain from Sewell, New Jersey for the Dutchman. Didn't quite make it to the red line. Was probably 2 steps from making a legal dump in, but now the Dutchmen will not be allowed to change, and they'll come back to their end for a draw.
Face off near side Union zone, won by the Dutchmen again. They'll carry it out of the zone. Amarato to the RPI line. He gets run into by Miller. Schrader comes to help out in the far corner, played back behind the goal. Bradley, trying to spin with it. It's Bradley back behind his own goal for Wilson. Wilson takes a hit. Plays it up the near side boards. Stays on the puck, and now Bradley, indirect far side for DeVito. Shot off the boards again and back out to center by the Dutchman. That time it was Broussard. A Liberté back to claim it. Ahead for Bokenfor. Shoots it ahead past Henry. Now Bokenfor runs into Henry. Engineers changing behind the play as the puck is deep in Union territory. Fulton up the boards, overskated the puck. Coda moves it back out to center. Coda stick handles and flips it off the wall all the way down the ice. He'll chase after it himself. Karate puts him hard into the wall. Now Schrader takes down Coda. Karate comes away with it. He finds Fulton. Ahead for Bokenfor. Bokenfor into the zone. Bourbonnais just onside. Loose puck spinning with it is Henry. He'll leave it behind for Lichtenwald. Lichtenwald up the near side boards for Coda. Lost it in his skates for a second. Plays it on for Shire. Shire run off the puck by Karate. Now Bourbonnais carries it back the other way. Bourbonnais hands off Fulton, avoids a check, centering pass for Neal through his skates, nearly out of the zone, trying to poke at it. Leonard keeps it alive for a second, moved out to center by Coda. Now Neal, back for Leonard. Liljegren carries into the zone near side. He'll fire it around behind for Neal, trying to hand it off to McGowan. That one's turned over, and it'll be picked up by Bennett. Bennett high off the glass, down to center ice it goes for Leonard. Leonard backtracking to his own end. Plays it up the boards for Neal. Neal center ice. Far side, Prapavesis. He'll cross center. Plays it softly off the far boards and deep into Union territory. McGowan there. Takes a hit. Picked up by Ginra. Ginra spinning around in the far circle of his own end. Gets it out to center. Turn it right back over to the Engineers, who in turn flip it back the other way. This will be icing on RPI, as Sakeleropoulos has his arm up in the air. I just wanted to say Sakeleropoulos correctly.
I think you got it that time, Per.
I got it written down here perfectly. We're good. 3 minutes into the second, it's 4-0, or excuse me, third, it's 4-0 RPI.
Yeah, pretty quiet 3 minutes from the Engineers there. Nothing too fancy. Building, quieting to a little bit more of a lull, but that's exactly what the Engineers want, like I spoke about at the intermission.
Bouncing puck, center ice, picked on by Babella. Has a partial break here. Babella into the zone, takes a shot, and he put it off the stick, I believe, of Sakeleropoulos. Now back out to center, Bradley. Babella into the Union zone. It bounces around in the near corner. Melanson has his man tied up and takes him down. He's going to take a penalty here. Drew Melanson a little bit too aggressive with a stick. He's going to go off for hooking. He ripped down, it looked like Taylor behind the Union net.
Yeah, Melanson just got a little tied up behind the net with Jeff Taylor. Jeff Taylor, obviously a good skater, really slick hands. Escapes him, and Melanson stops his feet going and has no choice but to, well, I guess he did have a choice. You know, he's 190 feet from his net there, Per. Not much damage that even a good player like Jeff can do from there.
Face off, won by Union, offensive zone. DeSimone working it down low, gets it back. Over to Taylor, top of the circle, holds it there. Back to Taylor up top of Rister. That one couldn't get through traffic. It was blocked down in front of the RPI goal, and now carried on shorthanded by Miller. 2-on-1 chance. Miller, a shot off the post. He hit the far post, and it caroms back out to center. A 3-on-2 chance for Union the other way. Centering pass across, saved by Kasdorf, poke free, and he kept in the zone. DeSimone has it. One-timer coming. That one is blocked. Picked up in the corner by Fu. Far side point, Vecchione. Now Fu. Back to Vecchione at the wall. Up top, DeSimone a shot. That one gets all the way through. It was blocked in the end, I believe, by an Engineer. That was Miller. Back on it, Vecchione, down low. Over to Fu, back to Vecchione, far side hash marks. Now in the middle of the circle, gets it back. Vecchione again, takes a slapper, and he scores. He snuck that one near post by Kasdorf. And it's a 4-1 game, a power play goal for the Dutchman.
Yeah, Perry, I'm not sure if Amarato, the freshman, got a stick on that, but he was certainly in front with his behind right in the area of Jason Kasdorf, who did not have a good look at that shot, as I think it might have clipped his blocker or taken a tip from Amarato. I'm not sure. Perhaps the refs got a better look and the scorers will tell us, but a great power play, great setup, same 1-3-1 like I spoke about earlier, and the Dutchmen get one back.
If it's Vecchione's, it's his team leading 5th of the year as the Engineers hit right back and they score! I believe it's Fulton. They surround Bourbonnais. I'm going to have to see that one again.
Yeah, Perry, it was Bourbonnais drove the puck wide, I think, and gives it pass to Fulton, who has an easy tap in on the back door. The goal scorer was certainly right-handed, so it couldn't have been Bourbonnais. But I think he might have an assist.
It certainly is an assist for Bourbonnais. The goal for Fulton is his first of the year, 3rd of his career. And the Engineers get it right back, and I mean immediately back. It's 5-1.
Yeah, Perry, Bourbonnais just coming in, driving down the off wing there on the right wing. Comes across with his backhand on the left side. Travis, maybe it wasn't
No,
Fulton.
that was a Union stick.
Oh, it was the Union defenseman.
Wow, that was Vassaturo.
Vassaturo, the senior captain, gets really unlucky.
That was a great finish by Vassaturo.
Bourbonnais is going to complete his hat trick.
A hat trick for Riley Bourbonnais.
I don't think that many, I saw a hat or two fly, but I don't think that many of the fans realized it.
It's a tough spot for the fans because it wasn't real clear. Anyway, it's A hat trick for Riley Bourbonnais, and those are his first 3 collegiate goals. Are you kidding me? 15 to go in the third. 5-1 RPI leads it. They have the puck. A shot from the point by Prapavesis. Now in the near corner. Shot behind the goal. Neal trying to track it down. Novak takes a hit. Far side corner. Wilkins trying to get there. It's tied up by an engineer. It was McGowan. Now Fulton has it, looking for the wraparound. Lost it on the back of the net, trying to swat it off of there. They do eventually do it. Now to the point. Wrist shot, and a save is made by Sakeleropoulos, who has not got help. Neither did the starter Stevens in front of his own goal.
No, really, Sakeleropoulos didn't. Now that we look back at that goal, Sakeleropoulos did not have that much to worry about, it seemed like. When Bourbonnais drove wide, he was behind the goal line, and there were 2 Union defensemen positioned correctly, but very unlucky for the senior captain, Vassaturo.
Union clears it all the way down. Will it be icing? No, they wave it off. Bradley in the corner. He's tied up and lost the puck. Vecchione's there. He has the lone Union goal. So is Babella for RPI. And that's number 9, Ryan Scarfo, the freshman from North Chelmsford, Mass. for Union. Trying to dig it loose. Far side is Wilson. He plays it right back behind the goal for Bradley. He absorbs a hit, or takes a hit that time. And can't get it out of the zone. Kept in. Scarfo, top of the far circle, carrying. Wrist shot, saved by Kasdorf. No rebound.
Good save from Kasdorf, right under his arm. Pretty close to hitting him right in the Rensselaer crest on the front of his blackout jersey, but Union not backing off at all. They're still going to apply some pressure, try and get some shots, but the Engineers doing a good job soaking it up and keeping them to the outside.
Off the draw, comes high off the glass, far side of the RPI zone. Bokenford trying to dig it free. Karate behind the goal. La Liberté moving it out towards center ice. Kicked along by DeVito. Good play by him. Looking to feed it in front. Has a man, and it's Schrader, and he put the shot wide of goal. Tough for a right-handed shot in that situation. As Karate takes a shot, it's sticked away by Sakeleropoulos. Far side corner. Up pinching in is Bokenford. Throws his body into things. Kept in far point by DeVito. Helped out his teammate at the point. Bouncing puck in the corner. La Liberté takes over. Trying to stick handle in traffic. He'll play it behind. Nobody there. It'll be picked up by Kevin Shire, the Union freshman from Toronto, Ontario, who just gets it out to center and shot right back in by the Engineers. Under 13 to go in the third. 5-1. RPI leading number 2 Union in the first ECAC hockey game of the season for both teams. Novak carries along into the RPI zone. Takes a high hit that time from Leonard. And the Dutchmen are offside.
Yeah, Novak just trying to control the play, carry it in. Looks like Roman Amarato is offside, the freshman. Curtis Leonard, the captain, leading from the front, comes in, puts a check on Novak, sends a message there to the Dutchman.
Face-off coming neutral zone. Melanson plays it back. Prapavesis up the middle for no one in particular. No one was looking for it. Novak prized it away, but he lost it as well. Off the glass to center by the Engineers. Rolling puck all the way down. This will be icing on RPI. And we'll have another stoppage here. 12:33 to go in the third. It's 5-1 Engineers.
Dutchmen aren't going to change. Obviously, the Engineers can't, but see if the Novak-Wilkins-Amarato line can create something in the offensive zone.
Face-off, pushed ahead by Miller. He'll carry on. Miller with speed. Walker in, and it's actually Melanson. Centering pass. Lou Nanny finished off the feed from Melanson. You can see the speed right there from that freshman group. Wow.
Yeah, Lou Nanny, the freshman, picking up his 3rd goal of the year. Coming off of 2 last weekend in the first game against Bentley. As the crowd shouts Lou all in unison, and great face-off win from Mark Miller. Pokes it forward. Melanson with a great amount of speed. Defenseman in the middle, J.C. Broussard, the freshman defenseman for the Dutchman, just a little lost. Lou Nanny finds a bit of space and makes it happen.
Now Bourbonnais is centering pass looking for Neal. That one's tipped wide. 6-1 Engineers. There's still 12:10 to go. Tied up far corner, Fulton. Bourbonnais, hand on the front. Neal put it wide. He was one-on-one with Sakeleropoulos, and he missed the net. And now there's a collision behind the goal. Bourbonnais is going to go off here, probably for kneeing or interference, as Henry carries back the other way. A save by Kasdorf. We're going to get a whistle here. The puck was never touched by an Engineer, so he may have another penalty coming. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the official's pointing at his knee. That's not good for Riley Bourbonnais. He's having a good game up to that point, but that's just not very intelligent pair. He's 180 feet from his net. Mike Pontarelli, who's a good skater, he's crafty. He's just going to shift around Bourbonnais, who really just sticks his leg out in sort of a last-ditch a last-ditch effort to try and stop him, but Pontarelli goes down. It's a knee-on-knee contact, and that's not good at all.
So another power play chance for the Dutchmen. They're 0 for 2. They win the draw. Room for DeSimone to take a shot right on. Saved by Kasdorf. Rebound cleared away. Neal in front of the net. Got it all the way down. So it is Bourbonnais. Has the hat trick in this game. His first 3 collegiate goals. He's in the penalty box. Engineers have a 6-1 lead. They don't want to get sloppy here. There's a clearance all the way down. Good play by Bokenfour that time. Sakeleropoulos stops it behind the goal. Played back behind by DeSimone. Now Taylor down the middle. For Fu near side. He'll chip it in. First one to it is Bradley for the Engineers. Absorbs a hit. Goes down. And now Bradley will try to clear, and it's knocked out of the air by Taylor, but not enough to keep the puck in the zone. He goes back to his own end to get it. Halfway through this third Union power play. As they skate the puck up ice, it's Taylor. Over to Wilkins. Wilkins into the RPI zone. No, it's poked away by Miller. Back in, far side come the Dutchmen. Good pass ahead. Lichtenwald, centering pass all the way through. Net comes off as Wilkins went careening into the post. And we'll have a stoppage in play here. 10:35 left in the third. 46 seconds on the Union power play. It's 6-1 Engineers.
It's a good job by Matt Wilkins, the junior, crashing the net there as Lichtenwald comes down the far side wing. Probably had a little help into the post from Mark Miller, but I'm sure he won't admit it. But in any event, the draw will come back outside the Engineers zone.
Face off, center ice. Union has it. They'll carry in. They look like they're offside, but we'll play on. Bokenfour behind the goal. Plays it back around for Karate. Too far for him, Miller. He'll stop it up at the half wall, trying to feed it cross ice. Fan on the pass. And now a diving poke check by Karate. Doesn't get the puck. Novak looking to feed it in front for Lichtenwald. It was broken up by a sliding Engineer. Goes into the corner. Behind the goal, near corner now, trying to dig it free is Shire. He does. Across to the top of the circle. Pop! Blocker save made. Rebound wraparound try, put wide by Shire. And now far side point, Brassard. His pass intercepted and broken up by Bokenfour. He takes a check there. Shot coming over the top and hit the glass. A try by Novak. Trying to feed it in front, Lichtenwald. That one's turned away. Now a shot by Novak. That one will careen off the glass and all the way out to center. Penalty had expired just a moment ago, so a 3 for 3 on the kill out of the Engineers. Excuse me, 3 for 4. I missed that power play goal in there. 1 for 4 is Union on the man advantage. I apologize. The Union goal was on a power play. Now back into the zone come the Dutchmen. Leonard slaps it near side for Liljegren. Knocked off his stick. Coda, he gets pushed by Leonard. Around to the far side corner it goes Bennett. Back to the point, kept in by Henry. Now Coda spinning around far circle to the point for Henry again. That shot's blocked by McGowan and cleared out to center. Liljegren stick handling, trying to get her around DeSimone, lost the puck in the process. It'll be shot right back in on Kasdorf. He'll cover up with 8:51 to go third period. We're back to 5-a-side. It's 6-1 Engineers. Talked about at the top of the broadcast, Tail. The Engineers came in with how many goals in how many games?
3 goals over 3 games.
Well, 6 goals
over 6 games.
Right.
Me, Pear.
Another 6-1.
That's exactly right, and that's just what I mentioned at the top of the broadcast. They're going to have to put the puck in the net, and lo and behold, this game has been pretty easy on them after they've done that.
Puck behind the goal. RPI and DeVito over to La Liberté. He'll stick handle and lose it for a second. He goes back to get it and plays it off for Wilson. Wilson up the far side boards in the air into the zone. DeVito. He'll shoot it off the back. Dasher comes down in the near corner. Now picked up Wilson. He'll take a shot, hit off a skate, bounces out to center. He'll swat it back in the Union zone with a glove. Picked up by Vecchione. Vecchione ahead for Fu. He'll pick up speed, neutral zone, near side, coming in, takes a shot. It was blocked by Wilson, goes behind the cage. Around to the near side. Wilson trying to dig it free. La Liberté with some help. We have a whistle on a penalty coming up here. Not sure on who. It's going to be a high stick. And it will come with 8:05 to go in the game. And RPI on top, 6-1.
Looks like it's going to be on Vecchione. Mike Vecchione, Union's leading scorer, with his 1 goal tonight, has kept that honor, but now he gets a high stick, a little battle down in the corner. Long way from his net, probably not very advisable, but at this point in the game, I don't think it's going to make a giant difference in the outcome.
Second power play chance for the Engineers, and Leonard just brought that puck back across the blue line, so it'll be offside on RPI here.
Yeah, referee Peter Fiola, Orange Stripes, not usually making offsides calls, but today he is, and I think he got that one just about right.
Face off center ice, Engineers have it. Prapavesis softly into the far corner. Liljegren runs into Vassaturo. They both go down. Puck comes free to the far side corner for Neal. Back to the point. Prapavesis stick handling, walks in over to Leonard. Walking in, feeding it in front. Another try. They put it wide of the goal. Nanny was in the middle of the celebration there, and they realized the puck went wide. Now a centering pass again. Nanny from a tight angle save made by Sakeleropoulos. Far side corner, Prapavesis ahead for Neal. Neal walking in, drop pass up top. Leonard a shot. That one's blocked. And up to center. It was off the leg of Novak. Loose puck spun around Prapavesis. That'll allow Scarfo to get on it. Scarfo poked away by Leonard into the corner. Scarfo back after it. He's tied up by 3 Engineers and is finally dug free. Prapavesis, far side boards. Playing it off the wall was Nanny. Didn't have anywhere to go with it. And now claiming it are the Dutchmen in their own end. A minute to go on the penalty to Vecchione as it's carried in by the Dutchman. The shot goes wide on the try by Taylor. Near side corner, La Liberté holding onto it there for Bradley. Far side for Babella. 6:50 to go in the third. 6-1, the Engineers leading it here. One of the surprise games of the season thus far. RPI trying to turn their season around still early on here. They've done a good job, at least in this one, fighting off some of their critics. Here's Bradley. Far side for Babella. Up ahead to Wilson. Skipped off his stick and past him. Controlled now by Amarato. He shoots up the near side boards. It'll leave the ice surface. And we'll have a stoppage in play.
Yeah, puck just heads right into the Engineer bench. Looks like it's going to come back into the Dutchman end with 17 seconds left on the man advantage for the Engineers. We're just going to tidy this up, play a nice quiet 6 minutes so that everybody can, I think most importantly, so that everybody can come back and play tomorrow. This is the worst time to be taking any silly penalties for extracurriculars and things like that, which might get anybody disqualified for tomorrow.
Out to center goes the puck. Just 10 seconds to go on the RPI power play. Just their second power play of the game. So Union's done a pretty good job staying out of the box in this one. Engineers have just done a better job, of course, 5-on-5 here. They've even had some shorthanded opportunities, have the Engineers. Have not been able to convert on them. Back to 5 aside here as we're under 6 to go, third period. Kept in by Miller. Behind the net, letting it run is DeSimone all the way to Melanson in the far side. Melanson avoids a couple of checks and spins the puck behind the cage, trying to clear Union. Knocked down by the glove of Bokenfour. Behind the goal now it's Schrader. Schrader in the corner. Still Zach Schrader trying to play it back behind himself for Karate. He was intercepted and cleared out by Amarato. Kasdorf's up the near side boards and will be moved on by Melanson. Melanson into the RPI zone. Plays it deep. Miller swinging and missing. He gets run into by Broussard. They tie up in the corner. There's 3 Dutchmen there, and they come away with it. Novak down the middle of the ice, in the air, and into the near side of the RPI zone. Chipped off the glass and back the other way. A race for the puck. Will be icing unless Melanson can win the race, and he can't. It'll be an icing on RPI here.
Yeah, good hustle from Melanson, just trying to beat that hybrid offside call in there. He could not. The Engineers will come back down to their end without being able to change. Fresh legs for the Dutchman. 4 minutes and change left in this period for the Engineers to close out.
Final from Harvard, it was 4-1 Crimson over the Engineers, the 4th-ranked Harvard women's hockey team, winning in their league opener against the Engineers. 4:40 left in the third here. This one no longer in doubt as Wilson has the puck behind his own net. Lost it for a second. It's carried on into the far corner by Scarfo. Now Fu does a nice job skating through a check. Work back to the point. Shot by Henry. Blocked. Loose to the far circle. Picked up by Schrader. Schrader scoops it off the glass and out to center. Played back in by Vecchione. Union wants to change. Work behind the net. The Engineers have it. Far side Wilson up the boards for DeVito. Good outlet pass. DeVito into the zone. Far side hash mark. Spins around. Looking in front. Looking for McGowan, who went tumbling into the goaltender to Kelleropoulos, and now the puck sent back the other direction. Fulton over to the far side to get it back. He moves it to Bokenfour, and now Karate. Karate up the near side boards. Going headlong into the wall there was McGowan on his own accord. Looks to be all right. Puck back behind the RPI goal. Bokenfour hands it off for Karate. Karate up the near side wall for McGowan. McGowan into the zone, flips it into the corner. First one there is DeVito. DeVito in the near side corner. Looking to cycle, still on it DeVito. Spins around, gets some space to work in the corner. Now DeVito on the backhand, spinning around back to the forehand near corner. Cross ice to the point. Now work near side for Wilson. Wilson looking to work it in front. It's poked away, now carried on by the Dutchman. Now Amarato with it. And now a whistle and I believe an offside call. 3:14 left in the third. It's 6-1 Engineers.
Yeah, going to be an offside. Amarato just lost the puck a little bit there. Couldn't carry it in. Good energy shift from the Engineers there, crashing in down low. Just wearing the Union Dutchmen down, but they're not hanging their heads.
I'd like to remind you, you're listening to live coverage of RPI Hockey, 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. Black Friday here at the Houston Fieldhouse. The Engineers wearing their traditional, traditionally different uniforms every Black Friday, and this year is no different. The black uniforms RPI is wearing, have a black section of them. The majority of them is black, and it has the name of every single player to play for the Engineers written in very small print in stripes on the jersey. So it's a real neat idea and a real nice look. They look pretty cool, other than the fact, outside of that fact, as the Engineers get it deep. Bourbonnais looking for his 4th. He gets knocked down and goes down. Loose puck, Union zone. It's gotten a little out of sorts here. Both teams just kind of playing this one out with 2:12 to go. Ginra behind his own net. Finds his defensive partner Henry, works up the far side boards. Shire lost on the stick handle. Shot back the other way by RPI. They are going to wave off the icing as Henry goes back to get it for Union. Tied up by Fulton. Poked off his stick. And now picked up by the Dutchman again. Carried on. Here's DeSimone into the RPI zone. Still DeSimone. Wrist shot, and he shoots it off the post, and it's behind Kasdorf. No, it's in. Kasdorf has it covered up. It hit off the post, and I didn't see it necessarily cross the goal line. Referee pointed to the net, but I'm not sure he was in the best position to make that call initially. And they're definitely going to look at this one, Teo.
For sure, Perry. That's you got to credit Nick DeSimone. The game was looking a little dead, almost like a game of shinny hockey. DeSimone, the defenseman, picks it up, takes it down the near wall, and takes a good shot that beats Kasdorf right over his blocker, I believe it was.
It hit off the post and either went in or went back behind Kasdorf, and we can't really tell from where we are. Kasdorf was lying on the puck when it was all said and done, but we don't know what it could have hit. It could have hit the post, then the very inside of the net and popped out. The nets these days are very tight, and that's a lot of times what you'll see.
Yeah, tough to see from here. Not sure if it went. It looked like it was bouncing across the goal line, but they're going to look at it. Not going to be much of a difference except for on the stat line of one Nick DeSimone, who is actually the brother of Phil DeSimone of UNH, if anybody recognizes that name, out of Amherst, New York.
Well, the fans are having a good time here, and they're going to say no goal. You can probably tell by the sound of the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd's going to make some noise. Charlie Vassaturo is going to go have a little chat. But like you say, I think referee Peter Fiola, as he was coming into the zone, had about the same view as we did with Kasdorf right in between him and the puck. So called a goal. The red light came on behind the net, but obviously it wasn't the case.
I mean, they have the best angles to look at. They have the top-down view and enough angles to make the correct call. So we'll take their word for it here, of course. 6-1 is the RPI lead. 1:41 to go. Face-off in the RPI zone. And we get a whistle. And
that's going to be a penalty, Perry.
Someone's going off here.
Coda, it's a new rule in college hockey just this season. Sam Coda, the alternate senior captain from Minnetonka, Minnesota, I believe. Oh,
Miller's going to the box.
Miller's going to the box. So, Perry, the rules are in college hockey, if you attempt to win a faceoff with anything, any part of your body, except for your skate or your stick, you will get a penalty, and Mark Miller did so there.
Penalty to RPI's number 26, Martin Miller.
Face-off won by Union. Power play chance for the Dutchmen again. They are 1 for 4. There's a puck that takes a couple of deflections on its way in. Kasdorf made the save in the end. It kind of took the juice out of the shot. Now Brassard, far side circle. Back up top, Brassard, wristing one wide of goal. Picked up by Bradley, who slams it all the way down. Comes in on Sakalaropoulos. The fans let him know about the quality of that stop there. Up the near side boards, Pontarelli. Back for Novak, fanned on the pass. Up the ice, off the stick of Melanson, and it'll be chased down by Brassard. 1 minute to go in the third period. Fans on their feet here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Even the most optimistic of RPI fans couldn't have expected this in the first league game of the season against their heated rivals, the number 2 Union Dutchmen. We have a whistle here. I believe another penalty upcoming, as DeVito and Pontarelli were skating side by side. And someone, I believe, is going to the box out of this.
It's going to be Mike Pontarelli, Pair. He's going to get a penalty. He came right over the back shoulder of DeVito. DeVito took a little exception to it after the play, which probably not his most intelligent move, but those who know him know that that's his style. High energy, crashes bodies, and takes exception to getting hit, apparently. So he'll stay out of the box. Pontarelli will be in, and we'll play 4-on-4 for the remainder of this game, it looks like.
Well, we will be 4-on-4 with just 40 seconds left. Barring another penalty, of course. Here comes Union 2-on-2 to the line. It's Coda trying to drive around Bokenfour, put it wide of the goal in the backhand from no angle. Comes free to the near side, half boards. Dutchman's still on it. Now it's Karate who backhands it out to center with 20 seconds to go. Henry, D to D. Over to DeSimone. Back to Henry. Stick handling center. Nearly lost it. He'll play up the far board for Bennett. Bennett takes a shot. That was blocked by Karate. Coda has it poked away from him. Touch pass for Bourbonnais. Tried to skate away with a 5. He won't have it. Loose at center ice with 2. 1. Sticked away by Kasdorf. There's the final horn. 6-1, your final score. The Engineers jumped on Union early. They scored 2 goals in each period on their way to a 6-1 victory. These two teams are back at it tomorrow night. And boy, that one should be exciting as well.
For sure, Perry. That's a great game. As good as the Engineers could have ever hoped or expected to do in a game like this, as well, I should say, excuse me. actually ending up getting outshot by the Union Dutchmen, but 6 goals on 24 shots is not shabby, like we said at the top of the broadcast. Most important thing for them right now is going to be to put the puck in the net, and they certainly did that, and it was an easy game for them. Union Dutchmen, though, obviously number 2 ranked in the country, coming off a national championship. Tonight was their second loss since January 31st of this year, which is a long time. And you certainly don't, a team certainly doesn't accrue a record like that without being very resilient and believing in themselves and having a lot of confidence. So we saw Union definitely with their heads high. And when RPI got some penalties at the end of the game, Union on the power play, for sure showing some skills and some puck movement that would scare me if I were a coach or a defenseman or a goaltender or anyone involved with the RPI engineers here.
Yeah, speaking of Union, of their last 4 losses, 2 of them have been to these engineers, going back to last January at the Times Union Center. It's been an exciting game here, a good start for RPI to the ECAC hockey season. I have to put that qualifier on it because it hasn't been a real good start to this season as a whole. RPI came into this game just 1-5, their lone win being in their opener, so it was 5 in a row in the loss column. But the fans here, and there were many of them, 4,002 is the official attendance here at the Houston Fieldhouse that took in this one. Some of them Union fans, some of them from Schenectady. They'll have to head back to...
Okay. Hi, I'm here with Coach Seth Appert of the RPI Engineers. Coach Appert, can you please tell me what the strategy going into tonight's game was?
You know, for us, we wanted to keep the game simple. I think we're at our best when we're playing fast, when we're going north with the puck. I think what's happened in the last couple weeks is we've been fighting the puck a little offensively, and instead of keeping it simple, we tried to get it complicated, make too many fancy plays. Tonight, I thought we played a really smart game. We were good with our puck decisions, and that made the game simpler for us.
Okay, so you play Union tomorrow on their home ice. How will you keep tonight's momentum going into tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be hard. It's one of the hardest rinks to play in college hockey, probably right behind the Houston Fieldhouse. You know, it's a great atmosphere over there. They're national champions for a reason. They have a lot of pride in that locker room, and they're going to come out very hard tomorrow. So we're going to have to be really good and really smart with the puck early in the game because they're going to come out flying tomorrow. And if we can manage our puck decisions, then I'll like our chances.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks for having me on.
You're watching RPI TV. Thank you for watching RPI Hockey and supporting us tonight.